How's it going, guys? Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Should we be wearing helmets? Is there something?
Should I take my shoes off?
Life's tough. Get a helmet.
Because you don't.
How fun was it to do this film? Did you guys have a blast? Because you guys are seriously best friends now.
Sorry.
Are you laughing because I'm? Are you laughing because I'm?
just laughing because we're none of us.
I was going to say. Are you laughing because I'm wrong?
I don't even know who these guys are.
Yeah,
you're not even in the.
He's bringing all the women in.
This man's a stand-in.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
he's a butt double.
Butt double. There you go.
Did you guys have
Lily Collins is butt double. There you go.
There you go.
That would never work though. I have a tattoo on my bottom, so that would never work.
Yeah.
But it was lovely fun. It was lovely fun. I mean, we all had to band together because we were all thrown together for like 3.5 months. I mean, I showed up after you guys had done lots of stunt choreography and lots of badass action training. I showed up later than that, but I was kind of welcomed into the bosom of the cast. And we're kind of basically, with a movie like this, and with most movies, you spend most of your waking life making it over the course of 3.5 months. So you have to band together and make the best of it and become friends and become family.
But that wasn't difficult. Sometimes
it's not forced fun.
No, it's sometimes you're forced to be in a room together and you really don't want to be, but you have to put on a front and you have to create a relationship. But everything happened so organically on this, and I've said this before, but it feels difficult for me to look back at filming and go, what was work, what was play? Because it felt like the both were so married together, and it was like summer camp in a way. And the idea of coming back here to film all together again, it's been a year now we come back. It feels like kind of a tradition.
A reunion.
Yeah, a reunion of sorts.
That's
but we've
awesome.
all kept in touch, so it's not like, oh my god, how have you been? It's like, I just saw you, we had dinner. It's nice.
Let me ask you this, because when I was at the red carpet with you guys last night, and you see all of those screaming fans.
Were you there, Ian?
Yeah, I was.
Do you know what? I noticed the helmet.
Everyone remembers the helmet, but you look at all of the people and they're with the books and they're screaming for you. You kind of almost become role models. Are you prepared for a role model status?
I've never wanted to be a role model, and I would not sit here and claim to be a role model for anybody. And I don't think that anyone in their right mind in any position would sit here and want to be a role model. Yes, we have a responsibility to the fans of the books and to the people that made it possible for us to sit here and talk about the movie, but we're just as flawed as everybody else. Mm-hmm. Just as flawed.
Except for me, I'm pretty perfect.
Sheehan's perfect.
She is perfect.
Sheehan's a role model for the entire universe.
Look at my cleavage. I mean, it's pretty. It's pretty deep at this point.
I'm serious. I'm deadly serious. I would not want to be a role model.
For me, I think, and I was just saying this, and I think I've just kind of realized it, that maybe because I was a fan of the books before I was cast, and I loved Clary, and I thought that she was someone that I could look up to because she's very normal and she's not afraid to be confused and upset and show her emotions and at the same time be very strong. I hope that maybe with this movie and with the hype that it gets, that Clary as a character finds more people. More people can find similarities within Clary, and she becomes maybe a bigger role model. I'm the actress playing Clary, so the way that I portray her would be lovely to think that people could see similarities between themselves and the character because I'm personifying her. But as Lily, like Jamie said, we're all as flawed as everyone else. And again, I am one of the fans because I was a fan cast. So I would hope that maybe the character would become more approachable for people because she's now personified.
Last question for you. Do you have to have read the book to love the film?
No.
No, I think the film is genuinely a standalone piece. Yeah. I mean, our captain, our director, was a guy called Harold Zwart, and he basically he took the source material, he was inspired by it, but he made a movie that was very much its own piece, its own art, its own thing. So I think you don't have to have read the book to enjoy the film, because the film isn't itself something. It's like a great big engaging roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
And so it's it's very much worth a watch, even if you have read the book or not.
Well, guys, congratulations. The movie was
you.
Absolutely amazing.
Thank
and
you.
I don't think it's hit you guys yet how big this is going to be.
Well, we're just in a room here. We're just sat in a room.
Yesterday was weird, though.
I bet, right? Awesome.
It was exciting but strange.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you again. Hopefully we'll see you again really soon.
Welcome back, all three of you, to Toronto. It was great to have
Thank
you here
you.
shooting the film. And I hope that we all treated you well.
You did.
Well, we're coming back.
Delicious milk.
Yeah.
This really, you know, I was on the set, and what I found so amazing is, especially when you're working with something with special effects, you can do things a million times. Obviously, you don't know what it's going to look like. Did it shock the hell out of the three of you when you actually saw the finished film to go, whoa?
Absolutely. There were moments where I think, you know, the visual effects team, you know, were taking center stage, and there were things that surprised me certainly about the finished product, you know, where designs of the demonic forces,
Yes,
particularly, were very surprising and very shocking and very imaginative and very creative. You know?
Especially since there was a scene when we're locked in one of the rooms
Dungeon.
as the dungeons, and I stop, you know, freeze time, and the demons all stop. That we were bending over tennis balls on sticks.
It
Was the most
tennis
bizarre,
ball obstacle course.
Literally, and we were all laughing because it was just so ridiculous. And then obviously after the fourth time, it was not funny anymore. And then you see what it looks like, and you're like, oh my god, that actually. The placement is so specific that it looks exactly like what we were doing.
Yeah,
It
it's
was so
truly,
weird.
It's amazing. Yeah,
We were doodling on those tennis balls as well to try and make each other laugh.
Yeah,
that's a good
And it
method.
worked.
it really did work.
I'm glad. I mean, like I say, great performances, and to have somebody like Cassandra Clare there. I mean, she's the producer. She wrote the books, and you know the popularity. But to have her there as kind of your source guide, is that important or not?
Incredibly important. Like myself and Lily had a bit of an issue with the ending of the movie as it was like originally wrote, and
Not from the book, like
Not
the way
from
that
the-
they
yeah.
translated it.
Yeah. To the screenplay.
Yeah.
and like both of us would like we want to sort of, I guess, change it, but like, you know, not like drastically, but sort of just like tie it up a bit more. And having Cassie there, you know, was incredibly beneficial for both of us because we were able to go there and be like, what do you think? And she sat there and was like, well, yeah, I agree.
And she is the queen of the minor detail. you know.
Yeah.
She really is. You know, she knows the runes inside out and backwards, and she knows, you know, all of the little things
Yeah, it's amazing.
amongst the big story.
You know, Clary, of course, is like the heart and soul of this movie. Amazing. And what
True.
was it, like 22 million books have been sold
Yeah,
worldwide?
like 34
in all-
languages.
Yeah. What kind of pressure is on? you learn this as you do your interview.
I know,
Yeah.
36.
36.
36.
I have my standard answers.
Are
I
there
know it.
36 languages in general, though? That's
my
what I'm questioning.
I actually speak 36
Yeah.
I'm
languages.
glad. And if we had time, I would have you say hello in each one of them. But maybe
If
another
only
time.
we had time.
If only we had time. But what kind of pressure is it going into something with such a big fan base, and you know that you have to please these fans?
I'd already played Snow White, so I'd gone through the most.
There she is giving it game.
No,
Next
no,
time
no,
she's
no,
sitting there
no,
going,
I'm
yeah,
just saying,
whatever.
I played Snow White in Panto.
No,
Years ago.
yeah, me too,
no,
actually.
I just mean that
I
like
think I played the
Different
French
life,
Mouse
different
once.
life.
Yeah, really.
she is like one of the most renowned in
Yes.
characters. So to take on something like that and to be open to subjected comments from people, I mean, that was like opening myself up to everything. So
Yeah, sorry.
once I gotten through that, I think I was able to better separate myself as Lily the actor, Lily the fan of the character, and Lily as Lily. So
Yeah.
taking on Clary, then it was kind of along the same lines, but it's someone obviously way more modern. So the fans are actually more related to her now. So there was pressure, but I was kind of at this point used to the separation a little bit more.
Yeah,
It's
look,
also-
like
it's
we're not.
also like, yeah.
We're not morons. Like we know, like you know, like all of us
You
have been
certainly are not.
working. Like
Speak
we've
for
been
yourself.
working. Yeah, no, I'm a moron,
Time
but
to
like
time.
we've all been
Yeah,
working long
time.
enough now
Moronic.
to know that we're always going to get stick for like whatever it is that we do.
Of course.
And like you know, Clary is a very, very beloved character. 22 million, like you said, 22 million. You know, copies of the book sold, but the fans were incredibly accepting, and like. You smashed it, and there's always going to be stigma with whatever it is that you do. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a character that people already know.
Sure.
Yes, it doesn't help when they do know that character, but you're gonna get shit for whatever it is that you do.
Well,
really.
given by the reaction at Comic-Con, even something like that, if you've got those people in your pocket, you know that's gonna multiply
Absolutely.
tenfold.
But we don't
right?
necessarily have them in our pocket, like
the
like
movie's
they
not
still
even
have to
out
watch
yet.
the movie.
I know,
Yeah.
that's
But
the scary
they're
thing.
looking forward to it, and that's
Yeah.
what you
They are.
want. You know?
Yeah.
It's great anticipation.
And it's unprecedented that they've already been greenlit for the second one. You know,
There you
there's
go.
6 books, right? So when you when you sign on to this, you're kind of signing away your life for kind of 10 years. You know.
Well, Lily put her
Patches of your life,
pocket
certainly.
money into movie too. Like that's where our
Oh,
funding's
this is where
coming
the
from.
funding's
Yeah,
coming.
She's been the main
It's
benefactor.
my per
she's
diem
put
from
20
the first movie.
she's put $20
She
into
didn't
the
touch
next
the per
movie.
diem.
It's going to be shot on an iPhone or any other.
It's all
like,
selfies.
It's all
Fine.
excellent. I
Yeah.
like that. Just
Per
very
diem
quick.
was very
Are you excited?
generous.
Are you excited to get back into those thigh-high boots?
Well, we're having a costume fitting tomorrow, and I am
We
going
are?
to. I'm having a costume fitting tomorrow where I get to put my input on what Clary is as a shadow hunter, so I can say what works and what didn't work.
Will she be wearing slippers? That's my question.
Absolutely,
maybe
definitely.
running around in slippers.
Absolutely,
I think you all should be
definitely.
shadow
Why,
hunting.
why wouldn't
In
you?
slippers,
Doing it in
yeah.
I'm shadow hunting in bare feet next movie. In fact, I'm not even going to be in the next movie. I'm out. I'm
Oh,
done.
stop! You are. People would be very upset.
He's just a shadow. It's just a shadow.
I'm a
of
shadow
David.
hunter. I'm hunting shadows in the next movie.
Guys,
It's going to be
terrific
dope.
job, and
Thank
really,
you.
you
Emerging
really
from
did
the
outdo
shadows.
yourselves, and I look forward to part 2
Thank you.
and seeing you on the set maybe for the next one as
Yeah,
well. Thank you
definitely.
so
Do
much,
come to
and
the set.
best of luck with everything.
Thank
Love
you.
you.
Good to talk to you guys. Thank
Nice to
you.
meet you.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
Nice to
And
see you
I'm like,
again.
thank you.